Hey guys, it's good to have you back on Step by Step Academy. In today's video, you will learn how to multiply numbers in any given base. The most important thing to note when multiplying numbers in any given base is to ensure that you do not have a digit that is equal to or greater than your base in the course of your multiplication and also at your final answer. Now let's illustrate the process with the following examples on the screen. So I'll only do question 1, 2 and 3 while I leave you to try question 4 on your own and also the exercises. Alright, for number 1, we have 1101 base 2 multiplied by 101 base 2. So we begin the multiplication process. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we can write 1 because it's less than our base. 1 times 0 is 0. We can write 0. It's also less than our base. 1 times 1 is 1. That's also less than our base. 1 times 1 is 1. Less than our base. 0 times 1, that will be 0. Less than our base. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. And then for the last line of multiplication, we have 1 times 1. That is 1. 1 times 0, that is 0. 1 times 1, that is 1. 1 times 1, that is 1. Now we now add all these numbers together. So 1 plus nothing, that will give us 1. 0 plus 0, that will give us 0. 1 plus 1, that will give us 2. So note here, this is wrong. We cannot have 2. All the digits that must make up our answer or make up the whole process must be less than our base. But 2 here is not less than our base, is equal to our base. So what do? So we divide the 2 by the base. That's the 2 from 1 plus 1, which is 2, divided by the base, which is also base 2. So what 2 divided by 2, that will give us 1 remainder 0. 1 remainder 0, that is like 1 0. So we write the 0, which is the remainder, 1 remainder 0. We write the remainder of 0. Then we carry the whole. The whole is 1. We carry the whole, which is 1. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. Plus 0, that's 2. Plus 0, that's 2 again. Again, it will be wrong to write 2 again. So we divide the 2 again by the base, just like we have done here. So 2 divided by 2, that's still 1 remainder 0. So we write the remainder. Again, we carry the whole. 1 plus 0 is 1. Plus 1, that will give us 2. Again, it will be wrong to write 2 here. So we divide the 2 again by the base. So 2 divided by the base, like we have done here, that's 1 remainder 0. Again, we write the 0, we carry the 1. 1 plus 1 again will give us 2. So I can't write 2. I divide again, 2 divided by 2, that will be 1 remainder 0. So I write 0. Since there's no other place to carry the 1, so I have 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 base 2. That will be my answer to that question. Now to the second example, we have 3214 base 5 multiplied by 212 base 5. Now we begin the process again. 2 times 4 is 8. So it will be wrong for me to write 8 here because 8 is greater than my base. Just remember, the whole idea is that whatever digits that make up the multiplication process, including the digit that make up my answer, they must each be less than my base. So every time I have an answer that is greater than or equal to my base, what I will do is to divide by the base. So here we have 8. This 8 will be divided by 5. And 5 in 8, that's 1 remainder 3. So 1 remainder 3. 1 remainder 3 will give us, that's like saying 1 3. So what do? We write the 3, which is the remainder. Then we carry the whole, which is 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2 times 1, I beg your pardon, 2 times 1, that will give us 2, then plus 1, that's 3. We can write 3 because it's less than our base. 2 times 2 is 4. We can also write 4, is less than our base. 2 times 3 is 6. It is wrong to write 6 here because 6 is greater than our base. So what do again? We do 6 divided by 5. That will give us 1 remainder 1. That's 1 1. So we write 1. And since there's no other way to carry the 1, so we have 1 1 4 3 3. So this is the answer for the first line of multiplication. Now we move over to the second line of multiplication. 1 times 4, that's I'm using 1 now to multiply. 1 times 4, that will give us 4. 1 times 1, that will give us 1. 1 times 2, that is 2. 1 times 3, that will give us 3. So we have 3, 2, 1, 4 for the second line of multiplication. Now for the third line of multiplication, we have 2 times 4, that is 8. It would be wrong to write 8 here again. So what do? We do 8 divided by 5, which is the base, and that will give us 1, remainder 3. So again, we write the remainder of 3, then we carry the 1. And then 2 times 1, that's 2 plus 1, that will again give us 3. Then 2 times 2, that will give us 4. So 4, we can write 4, it's not up to our base. Then 2 times 3 will give us 6. 6 again is more than our base, so it will be wrong for me to write 6 here. So what do? Again, I do 6 divided by 5, that will be 1, remainder 1. So I write 1. Since there's nowhere to carry the whole, which is 1, I place it here. So 1, 1, 4, 3, 3. That will be the result for the third line of multiplication. Now finally, we now add all these lines of multiplication together. 3 plus nothing here, that will be 3. 3 plus 4, that will give us 7. It will be wrong to write 7 here again because we are in base 5. So what do? Again, we do 7 divided by 5. That will give us 1, remainder 2. So again, we write the remainder of 2, we carry the whole. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 1, that will give us 6. 6 plus 3, that will give us 9. Again, it will be wrong to write 9 here because it's more than our base. So what do? Again, we do 9 divided by 5. That will give us 1, remainder 4. So we write the remainder of 4, then we carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2, that's 4. 4 plus 3, that is 7. So we cannot write 7 here again because it's more than our base. So again, we do 7 divided by 5. That will be 1, remainder 2. That's 2. Then we carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3, that's 5, plus 4, that's 9. Again, it will be wrong to have 9 here. So again, we do 9 divided by 5, just like we have done here before. So that's 1, 4. 1, remainder 4. We write 4, we carry 1. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 2 is less than our base, so we can write 2. Then 1 here plus nothing will give us 1. Therefore, our answer to this question is 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, base 5. Now we'll come to the my last example for today. 2 times 2, we have 1, 2 base 3 raised to the power of 3. Now 1, 2 base 3 raised to the power of 3, that means 1, 2 base 3 multiply 1, 2 base 3 multiply 1, 2 base 3. So that means raised to the power of 3, that means 1, 2 base 3 will multiply itself 2 times. That's 1 and then 2. So we're going to carry out this multiplication process 2 times to arrive at our final answer. So we begin with the first multiplication. 1, 2 base 3 times 1, 2 base 3. 2 times 2 is 4. Now remember, we're in base 3, so it will be wrong to have 4 here because 4 is greater than our base. So we do 4 divided by 3. That's 1, remainder 1. We write 1, we carry 1. 2 times 1, that will give us 2, plus 1, that will give us 3. Again, it will be wrong to write 3 here because it's equal to our base. So we do 3 divided by 3, which is 1, remainder 0. So we write 0 and then 1. Since there's nowhere to carry the 1, then we move to the next digit, which is 1. 1 times 2 will give us 2. 1 times 1 will give us 1. Then what do? We add at this point. 1 plus nothing, that is 1. 0 plus 2, that's 2. 1 plus 1, that is 2. So this is the result for 12 base 3 times 12 base 3. Then remember, there's one more to multiply with. So we multiply the result for 2. We multiply again by 1, 2 base 3, base 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 is less than my base, so I can write 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So here it will be wrong for me to write 4 here because 4 is more than my base. So again, I'll do 4 divided by 3. We've done that here already. That's 1, remainder 1. So I write 1, I carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, that is 5. So I'm going to have 5 divided by 4, sorry, divided by 3, I beg your pardon. So that will give us 1 remainder 2. So we write the remainder, we carry the whole. So if we carry, there's nowhere to carry the whole, so we put the whole in front. That's 1 2 1 2. Now we move to the next digit, which is digit 1. 1 times 1 we give 1, 1 times 2 we give 2, 1 times 2 we give 2. Now if we add all of these together, this will give us 2, this will give us 2, 2 plus 2 here will give us 4. And then 4 divided by 3, that will be 1 remainder 1. So we write 1, we carry 1. 1 plus 1, that's 2, plus 2, that will give us 4. Again, it will be wrong to write 4 here. So what do we do again? We divide 4 divided by 3, that's 1 remainder 1. So we have 1 1. So our answer to this question is 11122 base 3. So my friend, this is how you multiply numbers in any given base. Why don't you go ahead now and try number 4 on your own and the remaining 2 questions. I'll see you in the next video.